To hit the bullseye in the sport of shooting, you need 20/20 vision, considerable upper body strength, perfect balance, and total concentration. Shooting has been an Olympic sport ever since the first Games took place in Athens in 1896. The sport consists of 3 disciplines: rifle, pistol and shotgun. Sharmin Akhter and Snigdha Manda are 2 sure shots who compete in the women's 10-metre air rifle. The duo have high hopes of competing at next year's London Olympics in a sport that they've gradually come to love.
To be very honest, in the start, I never liked shooting. I found a very boring sport and everything. But later on, I was 14 years then. I went for a holiday and I just picked it up by like a hobby. I just shot every day and I just loved it because every time I shoot, I improved my score and I got better from the previous one.
When I started shooting, I was still a little girl and I was very small. The size of the rifle was similar to my own height, and I was kind of worried about how I could possibly shoot a rifle that was taller than I was. But then I slowly started to bring everything under control, and that's when I thought, so what if I'm small? I can still shoot a rifle bigger than me.
22-year-old Sharmin stands at 1 metre 40. She excelled at national junior competitions in her native Bangladesh and also won gold at the 2004 and 2010 South Asian Games. 19-year-old Snigdha hails from Hyderabad in India. She has consistently improved on her performances in recent years and regularly represents her country at the junior level. Sharmin and Snigdha met through the G4S 14 programme. Set up by the International Security Group in 2007, the project is designed to nurture and support 14 up-and-coming young sportsmen and women from around the world as they seek to fulfil their potential on the biggest sporting stages. As a result of their involvement in the programme, Sharmin and Snigdha have become good friends.
Always fun to meet another shooter of a different country. I spoke to her, we just found out that we played the same matches, but we never met in the matches, you know, because we just don't get to meet everybody in the match. But it was good speaking to her. I had more of exposure with her. And then later we played a couple of matches together. We met up there. It was really fun being a friend of her.
We met Sharmin and Snigdha in New Delhi. All of the athletes on the 14 roster are encouraged to engage in the company's community support programs all over the world. On the day that we spent with them, the duo visited the Shiksha School in Sangam Vihar, a large slum in the south of India's capital. They surprised the children with some new sports equipment, courtesy of G4S, which built this school for 60 very fortunate local children. Education for the underprivileged in India is still not as accessible as it should be. Literacy rates on the whole are increasing, but they're still only around the 65% mark. For Sharmin, who's now studying at university in Dhaka, coming here to the Shiksha School brought back memories of her own humble upbringing.
My own background is very similar to that of these children. Growing up, I always hoped to do something big with my life. I wanted to be able to study. And in my sport, I want to fulfill my potential. I want to be a top shooter. Seeing these children today brought back a lot of memories.
During their visit to Delhi, there was also time for Sharmin and Snigdha to soak up the hustle and bustle of the city. They spent a leisurely afternoon in the famous Chandi Chowk area. It was a welcome distraction from their usual daily routine. As athletes build their days around their training sessions, particularly when there's a big event on the horizon, there's generally little room for extracurricular activities. This sightseeing trip was much appreciated by both shooters. Snigdha took delight in showing Sharmin around her nation's capital.
It was very exciting showing her what Delhi is because personally I've been there many times, but I've never seen such a place or such a street where you have so much of shopping and stuff. So it was good to show her what India is, what the capital is, and to just move around and have a good time there.
As part of their training regime, both girls also have a period of daily meditation. The ability to concentrate fully on the target and to block everything else out is the biggest challenge that a shooter faces.
There are certain meditation exercises that you need to do as a shooter, and I do them regularly. Before I go to sleep at night, I focus on what I'm going to do the next day on the shooting range. Purely through the power of meditation, I am able to visualize my next day's activities.
Sharmin and Snigdha were given access to train at a local police firing range in Delhi. They're used to better facilities at the ranges where they usually practice, but to ignore training even for a few days could hamper their preparations in qualifying for next year's Olympics, where these two friends aim to meet as rivals.
Definitely London 2012 was my aim ever since I stepped into shooting, because I knew chances 2008 were less because that is when I just came up in my career. So 2012 is always looked out for. For that you have to win the World Cup for the quota in the Olympics.
I'm planning to go to the London Olympics in 2012, and I want to achieve something great when I'm there. That's my target. It's my goal, and that's what I'm training for, so that I can achieve something amazing at the next Olympic Games.
For this week's look at